Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi everyone, welcome back for another edition of Lights, Camera, Rant. And for this particular episode, we're going to be looking at the highest grossing comedy movies of all time. And to help me with this journey is my co-star Max.
Hello.
Who's happy to come and join for me for another episode. Last week, when this episode comes out, we did a highest grossing movies of all time. So we thought we would narrow down the search and just look at comedies and hit that category, and then maybe we'll hit another category another time. Yeah, Max?
And we're looking at the highest grossing comedies of all time, right?
That's the deal. All time.
Yeah, gotcha. But most of them turn out to be modern comedies.
Basically, yes. Basically, when we started looking at the list before this episode, we realized, all right, so majority of them are pretty much after 2000 or late 1990.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So further ado, so Max, before we get into this, have you actually watched anything recently? Any movies or TV shows?
You've made a mistake in asking me this question because I watched Don't Look Up on Saturday night.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah, I'm just going to...
Tell me.
Do you really want to hear my opinion?
Yeah, of course.
I guess this is the point, right? I thought it was terrible. I thought it was terrible. I couldn't believe how boring that movie was.
Right.
I only sat through it because, well, first of all, I was watching it with Jack, my good friend Jack, and he seemed to be sort of enjoying it a little bit. No, actually, he said it was crap too. But I was excited for the movie is the problem. So I'm like, I was excited for the movie because I love, obviously it was a great cast, right, with comedy actors and dramatic actors. So
it did. It had an ensemble cast.
Yeah. And the director, if you look at the director, Adam McKay, right? Adam McKay is the one who did all the he's done all
Anchorman.
Yeah, all the Will Ferrell movies. The other guys, the Anchorman, Step Brothers, Talladega Nights. He did The Big Short, which we spoke about last week briefly.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did too. Yeah.
Made some of the best movies. Best comedy movies, best movies that you'll watch, honestly, and it was absolute trash.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I don't get. I'm like, you have an ensemble cast. Yep. You have Adam McKay, who has nearly a plethora of movie hits.
Yeah.
And in this, I'm like, what the F is this?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it as I was watching. I couldn't believe how bad it was. I had to keep watching it because I was like, is this movie really this bad? I
don't know, but did you get the feeling of it was trying to be two different movies?
I don't know what feelings I had, honestly. No, it was very, it was like a weird comedy, but at the same time, it was trying to be super serious.
Yeah.
And apparently it's got this weird subtext about global warming or something. So it's it's not a meteor coming to get us, it's global warming or something like this. Because you know how Leonardo DiCaprio is super into that stuff.
Yeah.
He's it seems very just modern Hollywood type vibes. And don't even bother with Ariana Grande. What was she even doing in that film?
I don't know. I don't know. That's what's weird about this whole film.
Yeah.
You had Kate Blanchett as well.
Yeah, it was so. Yeah, I mean, she's good in everything. She's one of the best actresses around, right? She is. Yeah, I probably rate her above Meryl Streep, and Meryl Streep's pretty good. So, I don't know how you stuff that. I think we said this last week. Sometimes you can have a bunch of really good actors and just make a terrible film, and
that's exactly right. You can have everything in right. But if you have a lousy script or a terrible director, bomb.
But that's the thing. They had one of the best directors around. And he has his own style. But he's incredibly smart.
I know. Apparently, also there's a scene in it, which was apparently quotations, is that there's a scene in it where you can actually see the filming crew.
Yeah, but there's one of those in every movie, and it's pretty hard to pick them up.
Well,
that's
this
going to
one,
happen. Yeah, yeah. No, go
this
on.
one
Sorry.
got picked up. This one got picked up, and then he was like tweeted or something. He's like, "Oh, it's meant to be in there because it's meant to, be a whole part of the movie and the
Okay.
message it was sending."
Okay. So that ties a lot of things together for me. I think what's happened is he's literally been corrupted by like studios, Hollywood. Like, there's obviously something's happened there because there's no way he would make that film even a couple of years ago. I'm looking at his movies now. Have you seen Vice?
No.
It's about Dick Cheney and that government. The
Oh,
Bush government. Yeah.
actually, no, that sounds.
The
Yeah,
invasion
I
of
think I've.
Iraq. It's
Yeah,
like, yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah,
no, I think I remember hearing about that one.
yeah. Like super highly recommended. Like pretty much as good as a Big Short. It didn't get probably as much attention because it was a little
Mm.
bit weird, a little bit boring in some spots. Like it wasn't like a pure comedy movie, but just an incredibly well put together movie.
Oh, yeah.
And
Is that his last movie? Is that the last
that,
movie he's
yeah, I'm
done?
looking now. That was the last. He did that in 2018, and Don't Look Up was obviously done. Well, I think technically it was released last year or something, but really it's this year. So
Yeah,
he's had
yeah.
a few years to like chill out, and someone's probably
And
approached him, and
and
yeah.
this is the next thing he makes. And this is the thing that pisses me off the most is, I can't remember if I said to you, it's been nominated for Best Picture.
Okay, so this is making a lot of sense, right? So we know what's happening in Hollywood, right? It's gone full. Everything's all about messaging. It's all about appealing to everyone and everything all the time. It's not about it's not about story writing anymore, right? It's
Mm.
about how do we make this movie so appealing to everyone, and how do we send the right messages and whatever. How do we get the best actors on screen? The most popular actors, and get people into the movies.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
because that's what it was. It was just an appeal to everyone. It was appeal to modern Hollywood. Like I said, it clearly does have some weird subtext, especially
it
towards the end.
does.
It becomes more clear where it's like, oh, like if we don't do anything about the planet, then it's going to end. It's like, that's probably true, right? Or it is true or whatever. Like, I'm not going to argue that. But in terms, like, I don't want to say that in a movie, like in a comedy. Like, why are you, why are you trying to send me a message? I just want to enjoy a funny movie, that's what Adam McKay does best.
Well,
That's what he does. Yeah.
that's the thing is like this is what I didn't understand. Like, I only watched it because Mark from Mark My Words, he watched it and he was telling me about it. He's like, you need to watch this. He's like, well, the funny thing is, he told me to watch it because of the fact that someone told him to watch it
Yep.
and saying how confusing and how crap it is. So I was like, all right, well, I'll watch it too. And I'm
Yep.
like, what the was that?
Yeah, yeah. It's like a Ponzi scheme of people telling each other to watch the movie. It's like, and I was told that it was a terrible movie, and I was like, most people don't know what they're talking about when it comes to movies. So if you tell me something's
Well,
a
you've
bad,
come to the right podcast, haven't you?
yeah, well, if someone tells me, oh, I watched a movie and it was bad, like it was probably a good movie. Like I almost take an inverse relationship, like a lot of
Yeah.
people.
You take the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I take the benefit of the doubt, but also like I like a lot of movies that people would never watch. So
Yeah,
or don't or not as many people would watch. So I watched it, and yeah, I couldn't believe how bad it was.
no,
Unbelievable.
neither. Maddie stopped watching it.
Yeah, I probably would have stopped if I was watching it by myself. I would have just stopped watching it about
Yeah,
half an hour in, dead set.
yeah, because I was just like, this just gets more confusing. It
Yep.
gets more confusing, and the funny thing is, like, I couldn't believe it was. This is what really, got me right. I'm like, that gets nominated for Best Picture, but not Spider-Man: No Way Home. And I'm not saying
Oh,
that. I'm not
yeah,
saying that as a massive comic book fan. I'm like, if you gave me those two movies, I can tell you which one's more directly, directed and written sound
yeah,
compared to the other.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like it's got to be about that. It's like, what's a good movie? I mean, it's yeah. Yeah, no, I believe, and obviously they discriminate against superhero movies in those type of awards things. Like obviously the Dark Knight, Heath Ledger won an Oscar, right?
Well, yeah, it's only. I'm pretty sure it's only The Dark Knight and Black Panther.
Black Panther. Now, I haven't seen Black Panther. I don't know. It could be an incredibly good movie, but let's be honest. Like we all know what happened there and why that got, such good reviews and whatever. Like that was predetermined because
it was
no. I'm not arguing against the movie, but I'm saying even if the movie was terrible, it probably still would have done really well in terms of awards and whatnot.
Oh, it's still it didn't win Best Picture. It
No.
lost to Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, okay. I didn't see that movie. I have been told that was a really good movie, and I believe that too.
It
So,
was.
yeah.
I can't think of his name right now.
Rami Malek.
Yeah,
Malek?
he's the new villain in the last James Bond movie, but he did a really solid job of playing that role.
Yeah.
And his performance was great, but I was like, probably would give him Best Picture to Black Panther. I'm
Okay.
like, you're only,
all right. Yep.
I was like, you only gave Best Picture to Bohemian Rhapsody because the fact it's a biopic.
Yeah. And it was something a bit different, I guess.
Which Hollywood loves.
Yeah, no, and that's all right. Like it's okay if you have a little bit of preference here and there, but obviously, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, why was Don't Look Up nominated, honestly, man? Like
I don't know, and I think
yeah.
The only reason why would have because the fact that it was like, it sent the right message.
That's what I'm saying is what happened. Like I'm not trying to be like rude and whatever, but I'm saying, but that's what I think happened.
No, and the thing is, it did send the right message, but I'm like, all right, so the message was good, but everything around it was a pile of trash.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a speech, like, or like whatever, like if that was the point, like if we came to watch something like that, whatever, like we came to watch a comedy, like because we were told it's going to be hilarious and there's going to be these great actors and
No, it was almost like false advertising, really.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like we were let on,
And what I feel bad for, is Leonardo DiCaprio, because his last movie performance was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which.
Oh,
sorry. Side point. I've been told I haven't seen any Quentin Tarantino films, and when I told Max that when we played tennis last week, he was beside himself and was like, "What?"
No, I was only beside myself because I know how much you enjoy movies, and I just thought like you've missed out. Well, you haven't missed out on it. It's never too late, right? So you can still watch them now, and yeah, it's like, but they're like what do you call it? Archetypal, just good films. They're just
pure Hollywood.
Yeah, pure. Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, and exactly right. But the thing is, like Leonardo DiCaprio's last role was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which you got so much praise for. I'm like, this is your follow up. This is what you do next.
Well, he's on. He likes sending. He likes to talk about climate change or whatever. Like, I get it, right? I think but it's just it wasn't a good movie. That's all I'm saying is it wasn't a good movie. Like, there's. No. It's got nothing to do with anything else. It just wasn't enjoyable.
No, it was crap.
Yeah.
Anything else, or was that the last? That's the last movie you watched.
That's all I can think of. Like I can't remember the last time I really sat down and watched the movie. I've been watching a lot of TV, like I said. So
yeah,
and yeah.
I haven't watched any TV recently because nothing's really out. Nothing I normally watch is out at the moment.
Yeah,
that's pretty much all coming out at the end of this month.
Yeah.
I did do a review on the Batman. I did see the Batman over the weekend.
Yeah, you told me about it. Yep. Nice.
Which I recommend you go and see. The only thing is you got to prepare yourself that is 3 hours long.
Jesus. I don't know about that, man.
I know. But then the next movie I hope to watch is it's coming on Netflix. It's called The Adam Project.
What's that?
It's got Ryan Reynolds in it. It's a time traveling one. It's where he like goes back in time and he meets his younger self.
Yep.
Because of something going on, but it's got like Mark Ruffalo in it. It's got Zoe Saldana in it.
Yep.
Doesn't look too bad.
Yeah,
I'm curious to see what that's going to be like. It's the Batman is good. Is very good. As long as you're ready to sit down for 3 hours.
Yeah, well, if you're a comic book fan or whatever, or you've seen a lot of those movies, it makes sense. Like, I'd go and sit and watch a 3 hour comedy. I don't know if I go watch a 3 hour superhero movie. It's
Well,
not that. It's not even that I don't like them. I've seen bits of them. They're all right. But if I like the more, I don't know, like comedies. I like biopics, that sort of thing. Like, really
which is exactly why I wanted to get you on this episode, is because you're the different opinions. What I would recommend is, if you don't watch the Snyder Cut Justice League movie, that's right now on HBO. Oh, sorry, Binge for us in Australia, because that goes for 4 hours.
Christ.
It's a good watch. Trust me, as a fan, it's a really good watch. But I did find myself, I'm like, my God, this is long. And I've seen it. I saw it about a year and a half ago when it came out, and I've thought to myself, oh, I really want to watch it again, but I'm like, I can't be bothered sitting for 4 hours again.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to watch it in bits. You watch a couple of hours, watch an hour.
It's broken up into chapters. So you can, if you want to, you can watch, chapter 1, 2, and 3, and then watch 4 and 5, 6 later.
Yep.
2 hours interval if you can't miss it. But yeah, I can't imagine you seeing through that. But let's get in this comedy list, man. Let's get into this.
I'm excited. Yeah, let's go, man.
So this is the 50 highest grossing movies of all time. We're gonna hit obviously the top 20, because obviously that's gonna be the most renowned. Which number one, which came out in 19. What?
You mean number 20, right?
Oh yeah.
We're counting down. We're not going to start from the top. Yeah, come on, man.
We'll do it. All right, we'll do a reverse.
Yeah.
All right. Number 20. In 20th place, this came out in 1998. This grossed $161 million at the box office. And if you haven't seen this movie, you're insane, because this is classic Adam Sandler, which is The Waterboy.
Did you say 1998, right?
Yeah, 1998.
Oh, I don't think it's even possible. Like, if you were born before 1998, I don't think it's possible that you haven't seen it.
No.
How is it? Because it used to be on TV every month.
Yeah, Waterboy, I feel like is the same category as like Terminator 2 or Indiana Jones. It was always on Channel 9 or Channel 10 on a Saturday night or a Friday night.
Yeah.
It was like well, you really don't have a big catalog of movies to premiere, do you?
Oh, but it's just such a good movie, and you could watch it like every few months, and it was still just so hilarious.
It's so funny, and it's like when Adam Sandler was at his peak. So what the Waterboy is, if you haven't seen it, which is mad, a Waterboy for a college football team discovers he has a unique tackling ability and becomes a member of the team. This is quintessential Adam Sandler. He's acting, and just everything, or even the supporting cast around him is so funny.
Yeah, he's what's his mum's? The one is. Have you seen Misery? The woman in that.
Isn't it a horror movie?
Misery is a horror movie, but it's it's
Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates, yeah.
Yeah.
She got famous from that movie, Misery. Yeah.
I think I know which one. I haven't seen it, but I know, like, I can see the poster in my head.
Yeah.
With Henry
James Caan.
Yeah, and Henry Winkler.
Oh yeah, talking about Waterboy, Henry Winkler. Yeah, he's hilarious. He's great.
You know where he's from, right?
Fonzie, right? He's from what was that show?
What Mama? Yeah, he was the Fonz.
Happy Days. Yeah.
Happy 1, 2, 3. Oh well, I can't remember the theme.
Monday, Tuesday, Happy Days. Wednesday, Thursday, Happy Days.
Yeah, that's
something
right,
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what Mama don't know won't hurt her.
Yeah. Nah, man. Like, if you haven't watched that movie, like, you have to watch it. And
like, I'm pretty sure this came out, I think, either a year before or a year after is when also Happy Gilmore came out.
Yeah. Okay. He might have done Happy Gilmore. Well, actually, I don't know. Before or after, I'm not sure. Yeah, Happy Gilmore. I mean,
That's
yeah,
same vein as
yeah.
Waterboy.
They're all the same, but they're not. Like they're the same style, but they're all like standalone films. Like they're all enjoy. Oh, Happy Gilmore's 1996, so before Waterboy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, so if you're an Adam Sandler fan in the '90s,
Mm.
you would have loved it between him and Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were great.
But yeah, The Waterboy, we highly recommend for you to watch it if you're just looking for a feel good movie, and yeah, does a fantastic job. Oh my God, I just realized one of the next two. Wow, the next two films above that.
Ah,
So number 19, this came out in 2010. This grossed $162 million at the box office, and it's boom, another Am Sandler movie, Grown Ups.
yeah. No, you did well with that film. Great
Yeah, he did.
cast, and they lived up to it. That's a movie where it's like you got what you came for. Like you got a
Yeah,
great cast of hilarious dudes who were just hilarious, and a good like just like a good movie. Just
yeah. All it's just basically, I can already hear the pitch. He was just going, "Hey guys, you want to go away somewhere, shoot a movie together? Yeah, sure, let's go do that."
yep,
Because it's got Kevin James in it. It's got Chris Rock.
yep.
Um, what's he? Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider's hilarious. He's great. Yeah.
Have you seen Juice Bigelow?
Yeah, that's what I was about to mention. Yeah, that
Yeah,
it's either Deuce Bigelow or the hot chick. The hot
yeah,
chick
or
wearing.
Animal.
I don't know Animal. What's Animal?
Animal. He's in it, and the whole plot is the fact that he's in a car crash, and
Yeah,
then a dude who lives on a farm finds him, and he uses animal parts to revive him.
that sounds too weird for me, man.
No, it's a
I've
comedy.
never
It's still
heard.
a
Yeah,
comedy, but
I've never heard of that. Yeah,
it's he's got all the instincts of an animal.
yeah.
So he smells heightened. He can run a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Um, and then stuff like that. It's actually pretty funny. But Juice Bigelow is just so funny, and
Yeah.
European Gigolo.
Yeah, both of them.
I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
I was actually recommending Juice Bigelow to one of the girls at work.
I don't know. Do girls like those movies again? Like, I don't know.
Oh no, she likes comedies, and she said to me, she's like, oh, do you have any recommendations for movies to watch? And then we were talking about comedies, and I was like, have you seen Juice Bigelow? She's like, nah. I was like, watch that with your partner. You'd be pissing yourself laughing.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Grown Ups, basically, after their high school basketball coach passes away, five good friends and former teammates reunite for 4th of July holiday weekend, where they all get back together, and it's basically they haven't seen each other for a while, and all the shenanigans that comes with Adam Sandler all the
Yep.
way through that,
Yep.
which also spawned a sequel as well, Grown Ups 2.
Yeah, that was equally as good. Honestly, both of them were pretty good movies.
Yeah, they're about the same. Either I liked. Neither I thought was better than the other one.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's a good one. Next, number 18. Still Adam Sandler. Now this grossed $163 million at the box office. Big Daddy.
I'm embarrassed to say that I haven't watched that movie.
You haven't seen that one?
I
So basically,
haven't. Yeah. Go on.
basically, what happens is, a lazy law school grade adopts a kid to impress his girlfriend, but everything doesn't go as planned, and he becomes the unlikely foster father.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
basically, his girlfriend's leaving him because he's not very responsible, and the bloke that I think is living with him, child services come and say that you have your son.
Yeah.
But he takes the guy's details, and so they give him the kid, so he looks after him.
Yeah.
Still similar with Adam Sandler's Friends and everything, and that's actually a feel-good comedy. It's all about how to be a father and everything, and doing anything for the right reasons. But that's also a pisser.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Um,
I just haven't watched it. I haven't seen it. Yeah.
if you that so that came out in 1999. So that's what I mean. Like that's still same kind of energy as
Hmm.
the Waterboy, Happy Gilmore,
Yep.
and Big Daddy. So it's still that same level.
Yep. Yep.
So if you do get spare time, I recommend you watching it.
Yep. Yeah,
Uh,
I'll probably will at some stage.
yeah. Because it's still quintessential. Um, sorry, still main Adam Sandler.
Hmm.
Now this next movie I actually haven't seen, but all I've ever seen about come up is that it's funny as all hell. Three Men and a Baby, number 17, 1987, which grossed $167 million at the box office.
Never ever heard of it.
Now, it's got oh my God, I didn't know that. It's directed by Leonard Nimoy.
The guy who played Spock.
Yeah,
It's got some
yeah,
weird.
it's got
Yeah, Ted Danson, I know him. Tom Selleck, know him.
yeah,
Interesting.
and Steven Guttenberg. Yeah, I've never seen it either. Apparently, it's everything I've seen about it is pretty funny. But yeah, I
Yep.
didn't know it was directed by Leonard Nimoy.
No, that's weird, isn't it? I didn't even know he was a director.
Well, he actually Leonard actually directed. I think I want to say one or two of actually um, Star Trek films.
Yeah, okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so he directed Star Trek 4 and Star Trek 3.
Yep.
Um, Funny enough, I'm pretty sure some Star Trek fan will probably correct me on this, but I'm pretty sure the only good Star Trek films he directed, and then what's his name? Who played what main dude? What's the
William
other dude?
Shatner. You talking about
Yeah,
William?
apparently he directed one which absolutely bombed and was shit
Yep.
because he wanted to direct one just like Leonard Nimoy,
Yeah.
but it bombed at the box office.
He went into space.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That's right, he did. He finally went where the final frontier.
yeah.
Do you know they're actually making a new Star Trek film? They're making Star Trek 4 of the new movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still would have loved to see what the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek film would have been like.
Uh,
That would have been off the wall.
I guess. I don't know. I think he's too original to do a remake, you know? I think he's got his own sort of deal. Like,
But even if it wasn't a remake, if it was a new
yeah, but
like
his
a
movies are just, they're so original to, like, they have lots of inspirations from other movies, but in terms of the actual, like, plot line and characters, they're all
yeah,
super.
it's never a sequel or a franchise money one.
Yeah, and it's all like these movies are so unpredictable. Like, it's so, you know, it's an
Yeah,
absolute, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. I need to start getting onto those and start smashing those out.
Yeah.
But number 16. Now I have seen this. This came out in 2007. This grossed $168 million at the box office. Wild Hogs.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so that's got Tim Allen, Martin Lawrence, John Travolta, and William H. Macy.
Yep.
I haven't seen that in a very long time, but I do remember that it is funny as all hell.
Yeah, I think I watched it a few years ago. It's,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a group of suburban biker wannabes looking for adventure hit the open road, but get more than what they bargained for when they encounter a new Mexican gang called Del
Del
Fugos.
Del Fuegos. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for correcting me on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. The interesting thing is that made a lot of money. However, its IMDb rating is only 5.9.
Yeah, like it wasn't. It was just super. It was just super funny and just super like fun. It was just a fun movie. It's not supposed to be, anything like
No,
pretty
it's
like
not meant to
some.
be taken too
Yeah,
seriously.
it's
Like
not. It's not. it's not
It's not going to win
designed.
an Oscar.
Yeah, no, and it's not meant to be critiqued. You know, it's just like if you want to critique it, then you can pick stuff out of it and say this was wrong and that was wrong. But really, it's just hilarious.
It's just for a feel good movie, or
Mm.
just a funny movie. You don't have to think much. Don't have to think much about it. But from what I remembered from it, it's actually it isn't too bad. So if you're just looking for some just a funny movie, you don't have to really think a whole lot hard about it.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Definitely check out Wild Hogs.
Yep.
Now this next one, I actually watched this a couple of months ago, and this is funny as all hell. This came out in 2000. So this made $166 million at the box office, and it is Meet the Parents.
Meet the Parents. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's got Ben Stiller in it, Robert De Niro.
How recent? Because I know Meet the Focker. I think I've seen Meet the Parents. Oh no, that's the first one. That's the first one.
Meet the Parents is the first one. Meet the Fockers is the sequel where they meet.
He's the Focker. No, he is like the Ben Stiller character. I'm thinking his name's Focker, and he like you meet his family in the second movie. So in the first movie, it's the woman. What's her name? I don't know what her name is. The one with De Niro.
Terry Polo.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I've never heard of her name. Obviously, I know what she looks like.
I've seen her in so many things.
I don't know. I don't recall her in much.
But Meet the Parents is so funny. I think it's the second one. I think the opening in the second one, because he's a male nurse.
Yeah, he is.
And the second one, he's in like a delivery room or something, and he helps deliver a baby, and the guy turns around and is like, thank you so much for delivering my baby. I will name my son after you. And then he looks at his name tag, and he's like, oh,
yeah.
Goes, maybe not.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, this has also got Owen Wilson in it.
Yeah, he plays like the kind of rich dude who the daughter was supposed to marry, but she doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't marry. She wants. She falls in love with Ben Stiller, and the fact that he's a male nurse. And his name is Fokker. So it's male nurse Greg Fokker meets his girlfriend's parents before proposing, but his suspicious father is every date's worst nightmare, and that's Robert De Niro who nails it.
Yeah.
Because the fact he's an ex
CIA
agent.
Yeah, he does. I know in the episode, I forget which movie, he does a lie detector test on Ben Stiller.
Yeah, he does in the first one. Have you ever watched pornographic material? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like
he was an interrogator. That's what he was. He was an interrogator for the CIA. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, did you spray this cat? He's like, did you spray this cat? This isn't my cat. And the whole you remember the bit with the thing, the gazebo lights on fire?
Yeah, I seem to recall that.
Yeah. No, that's
yeah.
Fuck, that was funny. And the cat that can go to a toilet by itself, and then the cat pees in his mum's ashes because he hits the urn and it falls into the ground.
Yep.
Oh, God, that's funny. So the next one, number 14, this came out in 2011, and this grossed $169 million at the box office. And essentially, this is the flip side of The Hangover for girls, and this is Bridesmaids.
I don't know if it is a flip. I don't know if it is like The Hangover. I think it's a bit different to that. Because it's not like a one night thing. Like the whole point of The Hangover is it all happens over one night, and then like it's a comedy movie with women in it, but it's not. It's like its own sort of. That's why it was good. It was like its own sort of style, standalone kind of movie. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, which is it's I can't remember why I watched this, but I did. I was like, all right, I'll watch it, and this is actually funny as all hell.
Yeah, it was the same as me. Like you see it on TV or whatever, and you're like, oh, what's this? And then you watch it for a few minutes, and you're like, oh, it's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, so this got Kristen Wiig in it, Maya Rudolph, Rose Byrne, Terry Crews, and this is directed by Paul Feig.
Rose Byrne, she's an Australian actress.
Yeah,
She's good.
yeah, they're all fun. Yeah, I just love the fact that because they're off dinner, like and they're all going to go to the dress fitting, but they all need to
Oh no,
void
you
their
ruin it.
vows.
No, yeah, no, you shouldn't be ruining it for people who haven't seen it. That's like, that's the most ridiculous scene ever. But so it's like so well done. Like it's disgusting, but at the same time, it's hilarious.
I know.
Normally, it's just disgusting, right? Normally, scenes like that in movies is just like, why are you making me watch this? This is gross. But that was like, it was actually
No,
hilarious. Yeah.
that was funny. So the plot for this one is the competition between the maid of honor and a bridesmaid over who is the bride's best friend threatens to append the life of an out of work pastry chef.
Yeah. And then there's the other guy, the random Irish guy. Oh, probably, what's his name?
Is he the one in Sonic? Is that him?
He's in the IT crowd or something, whatever it's called.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He's a tall dude.
He's reasonably tall.
Um,
He's in
you've watched IT Crowd, haven't you?
No, but I'm aware that he's in it. I haven't watched it.
You need to watch IT Crowd, man. It is
Chris,
so funny.
Is it Chris?
Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Dowd. Chris O'Dowd. Here we are.
Oh, so yeah. Chris O'Donnell was Robin. Yeah, you're right. No, because it's a really funny bit in IT Crowd where they have to go to a funeral.
Yeah.
And that guy Chris goes to the girl. He's like, "Oh, I'm not really good at funerals," and she's like, "Just say sorry for your loss and move on." He's like, "Is that it?" She's like, "Yeah, just say that." He's like, "Okay." Then he walks up to the lady, like the widow, who's like,
bereaved,
sorry, sorry for your loss. Move on.
Yeah, nice.
And he keeps walking.
Yeah.
No, if you're looking for comedies, definitely watch that. It's not very long. I think it's not a long TV show. They didn't make many seasons of it, but it's actually quite funny.
Yep.
But yeah, Bridesmaids. It's funny. It's the same thing. If you like full good movie, women fighting each other. It's a really good movie. And the funny thing is, like, this is directed by Paul Feig, who, this was really good, but his other project of the female Ghostbusters movie was terrible.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'm willing to believe that.
No,
I've seen little bits of it, and it wasn't. It's just it's for it's for a different crowd. It's not for the people who actually like Ghostbusters.
No, which the new one was. Ghostbusters Afterlife was fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is what should have come out. This should have come out. Because this is what everybody was waiting for, and then we got that, and I'm like, well, that's not what we wanted. But yes, definitely go check out for Bridesmaids. Now, number 13, you actually haven't seen this one. So number 13 came out in 2003. This grossed $173 million at the box office, and it stars Will Ferrell, and it is Elf.
Elf. I
Elf.
thought you said Alf.
Elf.
Elf.
Elf, like,
it sounds like you're saying Alf.
Elf.
That's why I was confused. To be honest, I haven't seen the whole movie, but I've seen like half of it. So yeah, Elf. Yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, where he's an elf. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's kind of funny too, but it's ridiculous. Yeah,
it is. It is literally just it's just a funny Christmas movie. It's one of the highest rated Christmas movies as well. And the interesting fact is this is actually directed by Jon Favreau, who directed Iron Man.
Yeah,
directed
Let me stop you there because that's the only of those movies I watch, like comic book, whatever you want to call them. Iron Man's it. I watched Iron Man 2. Good movies.
Haven't you watched the Mandalorian?
No.
Oh.
No.
Well, he did that. He did that as well. But yeah, so John Favreau, he's done all that. He's actually quite a good director,
Oh,
and
he's been around for ages, and he was an actor too. Like
yeah,
yeah.
he's I didn't even know it, but like he's in, pretty sure he's in Daredevil.
You ever heard of a movie called Swingers?
No.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Super, well, not super, but like it's not popular, but it's sort of like him and Vince Vaughn were in this movie together when they were really young, like early '90s, and it's like a weird like indie film, like super low budget. That was
Ah,
one of his first films, and I think I watched it like once or maybe like one and a half times type deal. Like it's not a great film, but that was his first film, and it's
yeah.
super low budget, but it's just about a couple of dudes who are just like bumming around, but having girl problems and all that type of deal. They go to Vegas but yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
Yeah, because his poster comes up, and it's like his second poster from IMDb.
Swingers. You
Yeah,
saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It would have been his
Oh
one
my
of his
God, I
first.
really didn't realize how much he was in. That's right, he was in Friends.
He used to be good looking when he was young and skinny. Like he's a good looking dude. Like he could have been a Hollywood actor, but he kind of got fat and then started making really good movies as a director. So yeah,
He was in, yeah, he was in Friends. Um he was in Deep Impact. He was on The Sopranos.
he was. Yeah,
Um, yeah, that's right. He was in Daredevil. He's also he's not really a main role, but he's in Batman and Robin with Jim Carrey.
yeah. He pops up in movies sometimes too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in King of Queens. My Name is Earl. I really did not realize how much credits this guy he has.
Mm. He's been around. Like yeah.
Shit.
Mm.
Oh, he's in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, he plays a SEC investigator. Oh, yeah, I know he plays Jordan Belfort's not his lawyer, but similar to yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow. Really
Yeah,
didn't
he's a good
realize how
actor.
much.
But the problem is he used to be young and really good looking, and then he sort of because he got overweight, he didn't get any like big. He could have been like Leonardo DiCaprio, big type deal, but he
Yeah.
wasn't because he didn't have the figure for it. Like
Yeah. Batman Forever. He was in Batman Forever as an assistant.
yeah,
Yeah. Because he's like he's done because everything he's done with Marvel, he's done with Star Wars. Like he's done so much, and all the stuff that he touches turns into gold.
yeah, yeah. Oh, he's great. He's awesome.
Which Alf, which we're looking at right now. So Alf, back to Alf. Raised as an oversized elf, a human travels from the North Pole to New York City to meet his biological father, who doesn't know he exists and is in desperate need of some Christmas spirit.
Mm.
So this is Will Ferrell, James Caan, Bob Newhart, Zoe Deschanel.
Deschanel or something
Thank
like
you.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
she was. Then she's got no. There's two of them, right? There's Emily and Zoe. There's two
Yeah,
different
her
ones.
sister's in Bones.
I preferred her. She was better looking,
Oh, really?
even though she's older. Like back in the day, she was better looking. I reckon. Yeah, the
I
other
know.
one was sort of
I
yeah,
only know her from Bones, and I know that she's in Spider-Man 2
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah. I
two
know who you talk.
seconds.
Yeah, yeah,
But I didn't realize they were sisters until someone actually pointed out. You do realize that's what's name's like.
They both have the
Oh,
same last name. How could you?
well, no, like I didn't know what her name was at the time.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, but no, Alpha's really good. It's a really good Christmas movie. Very funny. Peak Will Ferrell.
No, is it peak Will Ferrell? Oh, that's a big
Oh,
statement.
I think it's one of his better movies.
Yeah, no, he did. Oh, I think it's like, yeah, he wasn't bad in it. I guess. I just think that's not. I guess yeah, you could say peak Will Ferrell, but I mean like he's not. That's not the type of role he normally plays.
No, it's not his best movie, but like
Yeah.
he's definitely in his mojo, his rhythm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think they were going to make a remake. I saw
They were
some.
going to make.
Yeah.
He was offered to make number 2, but he turned it down.
Mm,
Him and John Favreau both turned it down because they're like, no, the first one's just fine as it is.
yeah. Well, good for them if that's the way they feel.
Yeah, that's exactly how the directors feel. Both with the director and writer of Back to the Future.
Oh yeah.
They have in their contract that the studio cannot make a sequel remake without their blessing.
Oh, what are they going to do though? Like,
So that's why you've never seen a sequel or you've never seen a remake. It won't be until they pass away that Universal Studios will be able to do it.
that's interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it'd never be as good. Like,
No, it won't. It won't have the same effect.
no.
My curiosity would be there on how they would do it in this day and age. My curiosity would stop there.
Well, that's the thing. It'd probably be more boring. It'd be like, I don't know, instead of driving the car up to 80 mile an hour, like, what's going to, I don't know. It'd be something boring.
You're driving your Tesla up to 300.
Exactly, right.
388.
It's like you're getting a Tesla and, travel back in time.
Yeah, to what? The 2000s?
Yeah, exactly, right.
Oh, gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So definitely go check out Elf. It's really funny and one of the best Christmas movies. So number 12. Now, this is funny as all hell, and I still find myself, as many times as I see it, still find myself laughing. So this is Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. This came out in 1992, so it's older than me. And this Macaulay Culkin, John Pesci, Daniel Stern.
Joe.
What did I say?
John.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
And this was directed by Chris Columbus, who directed the first 2 Harry Potter films.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine being called Chris Columbus. What a name. It's like the name of the guy who discovered America or something. He was like their James Cook.
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's the only way I know his name is the fact that he directed the first 2 Harry Potter films.
Yep.
And that's about it. But he also directed, obviously, Home Alone. So Home Alone is so funny. So 1 year after Kelvin McAllister was left home alone and had to defeat a pair of bumbling burglars, he accidentally finds himself stranded in New York City at the same criminals are not far behind. And the same criminals are not far behind. So definitely you watch Home Alone 1, you can watch Home Alone 2. You don't need to watch Home Alone 3, 4, or 5.
I didn't know they existed.
Yep.
Sounds like a nightmare.
It's the same plot. But it's not nearly as funny.
No, it couldn't be.
No, because none of the returning cast come back.
Yep.
And then Disney did a remake, which came out last month or something.
Yep.
But yeah, Home Alone. You've seen Home Alone 2, yeah?
Yeah, I have. Not as many times I've seen the first one. I've probably seen it like once.
Yeah, I'd say I've seen the first one a lot more. But this is just, this has got Donald Trump in it. He makes a lovely cameo.
Yeah.
And he's
back when he was just Donald Trump, man.
Yeah, he was just Donald Trump.
When he was just that real estate guy. Like, he was just... I know it's not like we're doing a movie podcast. It's just funny to think, how different it was back then. But yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And when you look back, you're like, oh, look, Donald Trump,
yeah,
not president yet.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah.
But no, this is same bumbling idiots, and this is still just as funny, and just in the scene with when he's in the hotel room, he's got the TV playing. Do you remember that at all?
No, I don't. I hardly remember anything about that film. I think I've seen it like once when I was like 10,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Nah, like if you've seen Home Alone 1, you definitely need to watch Home Alone 2. Yeah, I'd say they're almost just as funny as each other. Like they're both directed really well, and it's definitely for a laugh. If you're looking for just a good laugh, you can't go wrong with Home Alone. Um, the next one, me and Max talked about this. We actually both haven't seen this. Tootsie. This is number 11. This came out in 1982, and this grossed with $177 million. So this has Dustin Hoffman playing as a woman, and it's Michael Dorothy, an unsuccessful actor, disguised himself as a woman in order to get a role on a trashy hospital soap.
I actually have watched most of this film, but it was a while ago. Yeah, I have, but I don't remember much from it. I don't think I enjoyed it that much. It was a bit. I think it was just because for the time it was so like progressive and different and interesting that people really liked it.
And Dustin Hoffman playing a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Like back then, that was like outrageous, you know.
Yeah. Well, this does have a 7.4 IMDb rating and an 88 Metascore as well. So it's not just like, for example, like Wild Hogs. It's actually received very well as a comedy as well.
Yep.
Might have to put it on the watch list, but then again, we'll probably keep falling lower and lower and lower.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to get into the top 10. All right, so number 10, Liar Liar, 1997, Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey.
$181 million. The box office, 6.9.
Yep.
Fantastic Jim Carrey movie. You need to go watch this if you haven't. It's the better version of Yes Man.
Yes, it is definitely. It's a lot better than that movie. Yep.
Stop breaking the law, asshole.
Yeah, just the courtroom scene and man, it's just amazing. It's hilarious. When he beats himself up, I forget why he does that, but
because he can't lie, because he needs a break because he can't figure out the court case.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh no, that's Ace Ventura. But definitely go check it out. Number 9, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Oh, is that the first one?
Yeah.
Oh.
1999. This grossed $206 million at the box office.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
Yeah, so this is Mike Myers, Heather Graham, Michael York. This has got Will Ferrell in it too.
Yeah, he has that weird short scene where he plays that guy and he's like trying to kill him. He's sent to assassinate him.
Oh, that's right. I can't lie on the third question.
Yeah, he's like, I can't, if you ask me the same question 3 times, they're like, who sent you? And he's like, I'm not going to tell you. They ask him. Yeah,
who sent you? I'm not going to tell you. Who sent you? Dr. Evil.
Yeah.
Like, why did he send you? And you're like, I'm never going to tell you. Go to hell, Powers.
Yeah.
That's such a good one.
Yeah.
Number 8, Wedding Crashers, 2005. Ooh. This grossed $209 million in the box office, and this is fantastic.
What's fantastic?
This movie.
I would say I would put it in the category of like pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. This is Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Rachel McAdams, Christopher Walken. Like, it's got a good cast to it.
I much preferred Old School.
I love Old School.
Yeah.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
Yeah, that film. That, if you want to watch like Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson, holy crap, man. That movie is hilarious. Oh, no, not Owen Wilson. Luke Wilson. It's Owen Wilson's brother.
Yeah, it's Luke Wilson.
Yeah. I don't know why I got them confused for a second there.
One's got a broken nose, one doesn't.
Yeah. Well, one's blonde, one's not, I guess.
Well, it's
one's Owen Wilson, one's not too.
Oh, yeah. If you want to really, knuckle down.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely watch Wedding Crashers. It's got Will Ferrell in it, and he's so funny.
Will Ferrell.
Mom,
again,
yeah,
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Man, you don't get them at weddings. You get them at funerals.
Oh man, yeah, that was awful. Yeah.
Oh, you what? Yeah, that the whole like death thing is like an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That was like funny, but also just like awful at the same time. That
Yeah,
scene.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
Number 7, Austin Powers in Gold Member.
Is
This
that the
gross.
third one?
That's the third one. Yeah, it grossed
Yeah.
$213 million at the box office. This is Mike Myers, Beyonce, Seth Green, Michael York.
Yeah.
Oh God, that was good because it's also got Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Yep.
Yeah, he's in it. He plays his dad.
Yeah. There's a funny story of Michael Caine. He was at a party and someone kept saying Micro Caine, Micro Caine. And he's like, "What are you talking about? What about your cocaine?" He's like, "No, my cocaine." Like they were trying to say Michael Caine's name.
Oh, he's like, "Why are you telling me about your
Yeah,
cocaine?
yeah.
Please go away."
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
could see it. I could see how that would happen.
Yeah, no, he's hilarious. He's good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's so funny. Great as Alfred. I won't bury another Wayne. I won't bury you, Mr. Wayne. I can't do his
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah, I see. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin Powers, definitely go check it. Definitely go check it if you haven't. I think number 1 was better. I think number 3 might have been a little bit of a stretch, but it still had its moments.
Don't think it was a stretch at all. I think they were all great. Well, that's what
Yeah,
I'm going to say.
all 3 of them.
Yep. That had Beyonce in it too, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
That was like one of those rare examples where like you take a singer who's just a singer and you put her in a movie and like she was actually all right in it. You know, it doesn't happen very often. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. She was.
Yeah, she was really good at it.
Yeah.
Now number 6. Now this movie's number 6. Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993. If you haven't seen Mrs. Doubtfire, you need to go watch it. It is Robin Williams is fantastic in it.
Mm.
It's sad. It's also sad too. I've actually been to the house too.
You're kidding.
No. When me and my mates went to America, we went to San Francisco and we went to the house and we got a photo in front of it.
Oh, awesome, man.
Yeah, and all around the pavement, like around it, was all tributes to Robin Williams.
Yeah. No, he was great.
Yeah, he's the only the second or the first actor that when I heard that he passed away, I was gutted. I was like, what?
Mm.
I was like, oh. But this grossed 219. Oh, Chris Columbus also directed this.
That's surprising.
Yeah. So $219 million. All right, so we're down to the last 5.
Yep.
Number 5 was Bruce Almighty, 2003. $242 million with Jim Carrey.
Yep.
Number 4 was The Hangover Part 2, 2011 with $254 million.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hangover's score. Oh, no, it's all right. We'll talk about it for a couple of minutes. I don't know. Do you want to go through them real quick or?
Oh no! I was just going to round up the last 3 and then we'll talk about it.
Oh, all right. No worries. Go.
Yeah. So 3 is The Hangover, 2009 with $277 million. No respect. The Hangover Part 3 is nowhere in sight.
It should be. That was the only one I went to the movies to watch because I think I was old enough to go to that one. It was in like 2013. I think I like me.
Yeah.
You know, Jack and whatever. Like my mates. Like we'd all just turn like 15 or 16 or whatever. So like,
you could go.
So we could actually go to that one. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good fun.
That was. I will be honest, I don't like the third one as much as I like the other 2. But
Yep. Fair enough.
Number 2 is Meet the Fockers.
Yep.
$279 million.
Yep.
And number one of all time highest grossing comedy is Home Alone 1, 1990 with $285 million.
I'm surprised there's no comedies that gross a lot more.
Well, yeah, that's
interesting. Comedies don't perform that well at the box office. I take it.
Well, that's the thing. Like, remember how we did our other episode? We looked at the highest grossing movies all time, and none of them were comedies.
No, they were like doing like billions.
Yeah.
This is going to sound wrong, so I hope you don't mind me saying it, but I guess Chinese people don't like comedies. It's
What's the...
well, hang on, because we were discussing this last week, and we were saying, well, all these
Please,
films.
no Chinese audience be offended by this man.
Yeah, well, it's I've said it now. It's too late. No, but like we were discussing, like a lot of the revenues come from the Chinese box office,
Well, yeah, that's very true. But it could just be one of
from
those.
re-releases even. They have
Well,
re-releases in
that's
China.
exactly right. Avatar overtook. That's how Avatar overtook Avengers Endgame
Yeah.
because of a re-release. I don't know why you go see that movie again,
Mm,
but yeah, you're right. Like I'm actually surprised myself. I'm like, the money, the box office isn't as high for these other movies, but
mm,
but no, I do remember when the first Hangover movie came out, and that was just a smash hit. Everybody was saying, "Go watch this."
mm. Yeah, it was
And
like a truly great film. Like just yeah, super legendary comedy. I reckon. Yeah.
yeah, and that's actually directed by Todd Phillips, who directed the Joker movie.
Really
Yeah, he wrote the Joker movie. He directed and wrote it.
interesting. Mm,
Yeah, it was interesting when I saw it got announced and it was coming out. I was like, really? The guy who directed The Hangover?
mm,
He's gonna he's he's gonna do it? But yeah, so yeah, Hangover One has 7.7 on rating, and Hangover Two has 6.5.
mm. Yeah, I don't think you're going to beat the first one, but even the second and third ones, like, and they managed to actually create a plot out of it too. Like the first one doesn't really have, like, it has its own plot where, like, they accidentally kidnap Mr. Chow, and uh, they they have to find Doug, right? The whole movie,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
The third one is pretty much all about the first one.
Yeah, that's what I liked about. That's why I almost think the first one and the third one go together. The second
Yeah,
one was like its own film because that's when Stu gets married, and then they go to Thailand for his wedding, and then they lose Stu's girlfriend's brother, and they have to find him
yeah.
in the movie. So that was sort of like they almost remade the first one
That's
in the
pretty.
second one.
That's pretty much it. But the third one
The
actually had a
third
plot to
one
it.
actually links back to the first one.
Yeah,
That's why I liked it too, because it sort of rounded everything out. But it also made me sad because watching that film, it's like normally you think, oh, they're gonna make a sequel, but they tied it up so well in the third one, like where what's his name gets married, the fat guy, fuck,
yeah.
what's his name? Oh, there's
He can't-
Stu, Doug, Alan,
Alan, that's it. Alan.
yeah, played by what's his
Yeah,
name, Zach Galifianakis.
yeah. He's
Like he
so
gets
funny.
married and they walk off into the sunset, like not the sunset, but it like fades away. Well, lights up and then fades away or whatever. And like
Yeah,
he just, yeah.
you need to watch Between Two Ferns.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few of those episodes. So
Yeah,
some of them are really funny. Yeah,
he's so funny, especially when he has Obama on it
yeah, I
on an
have seen. Yeah,
episode,
yeah,
and he's like,
yeah.
oh, it's too bad you can't run for a third term, and Obama's like, oh, it's a bit, it's something like it's a bit of a stretch or something, like making a Hangover 3.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people made fun of the follow up Hangover movies, but I don't know, man. I think I don't know what people are talking about, to be honest. And it's silly that three didn't do that well at the box office because
Nah, man, like
yeah,
I'm going down this list, and if I go past 20, Hangover 3, nah, I'm going down to 42, 43.
hmm.
Nah, it's not on the top 50.
I guess people had enough of it. But
Yeah, must have. But yeah, dude, I was Borat. My God, that was so funny. But yeah, look,
mm,
number one being Home Alone. Home Alone, I think is perfect. Home Alone, the
mm,
first one is so funny,
yeah,
and you need to watch it. You know,
yeah,
um, again, it is just what they get up to is just hilarious, and
Yep.
you feel the pain. Like there's one where the guy's walking in barefoot and puts his foot through a nail.
Oh man.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah, that's awful. Yeah.
yeah. Well, the fact that the Joe Pesci gets his head blown off the blowtorch.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's definitely you definitely need to watch that. So, like, guys, like that's the top 20 of highest grossing movies of all time. Was any of you actually, Max? Was any of them you were surprised about was in the top 20?
I mean, it'd be easy to say I'm surprised at, like, say, a movie like Tootsie because I've never heard, like, well, it's not that I've never heard of it, but, like, it's, like, super old, and I'm surprised that so many people went to the movies to watch it back in the day. Like, a lot of old films did really well. Whereas,
Yeah,
when we're looking at the other, like, the top 20, the highest
highest
grossing
grossing.
of all time, they're all, like, modern, superhero films. And again, like, you got the Chinese market, you've got every, young guy like yourself, like, but kids and even like guys who are older, like, all want to go see those movies. But
Yeah, because I think the newest movie I think could be Bridesmaids, which is 2013, is the newest in that list.
that's insane. Just how much people have gone off it. Like, I guess it's not the same. It's not a comedy you want to laugh, and you're going to be able to laugh whether you're watching at home or whether you're watching at the movies. But if you're not going to get the same theatrical experience watching, Avatar or any of those, superhero films at home as you would in the movies. So I get that. It's a
Yeah,
different experience. Yeah,
I'm still going down the list, and so far 2011 is the highest point actually. Yeah,
yeah. But
nothing.
I haven't been in the movies in ages, but I remember watching Hangover 3 and, like, I was pissing myself laughing, but there's something, like, interesting about laughing with a bunch of strangers too. It's like, it's
Yeah,
different. It's one thing to, like, sit there and, like, laugh while or even have your mates over and laugh at a movie, but to, like, share a laugh with a bunch of people, like, that you don't even know. It's like, it's weird. It's like this weird it makes it funny. I don't know.
no,
It's like, why do they have a laugh track on on TV shows? It
I
helps.
know.
It makes it funny. It actually
Yeah,
does.
it does.
And it's the
The
same when
only
you go to the movies and watch a comedy and people are laughing. It's like infectious. Yeah.
You're right, and I completely agree. I completely agree with you. That you share that experience. That's why I like going to the movies because you share that experience with all those people that you can only experience in a movie
Mm.
of like that magnitude. Because like um, Avengers Endgame was probably the first movie I've gone to where people were cheering and clapping at the end of it.
Mm.
I've
Yeah, I've
never
heard. Yeah,
seen I've never seen that in a movie before, but
yeah,
like seeing people cheer and clap as well as people like going yeah when particular scenes happen,
yeah,
and you were doing that as well. People were um, cheering at the same different
yeah,
scenes. Same thing happened with Spider-Man No Way Home,
yeah.
but just the fact that you're not like the only one. Like there's 60 other people that are having cheering at the same point as you.
That's the thing. Like, no one can hear it. It's not like anyone who wrote that movie or is in that movie. No one can hear that, right?
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
It's only the people who are there that can hear each other cheering. But it's like you're all sharing your admiration for the film, like your enjoyment of the film and what it means to you. And it's like because you're sharing it with other people, that's the exciting part, right?
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
you're exactly right. Probably for me, I'd say Tootsie was probably the one that I was like, that's up there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed how well it did in 1982. That's just what the
Yeah,
hell. 177 million. That's a lot of money back then.
I know
It's,
that's the thing. That's
yeah,
that's a lot of money, and like same with Three Men and a Baby, 1987. That made 160 million dollars.
yeah. It's really unexpected.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be like it was super bad. Wasn't on that list. That's
Superbad is on the list. If you is on the list, Superbad is actually use me. Superbad is number 41.
mm,
Which with $121 million, because you got to remember the fact that Home Alone's gonna make more money because it's PG, whereas like Superbad, if it's MA and R, it's not gonna make a lot of money.
Yeah, you're limiting yourself to people like dudes. Pretty much, you're limiting yourself to dudes between like the ages of like 15 and 20, 25.
Yeah,
That's-
and women
yeah.
women as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like oh, that's good. Like I thought maybe American Pie would be up there, which they are. American Pie 2 made $145 million.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and your favorite, Talladega Nights, that's
Mm,
number 23.
yeah. That should have done better than that. That was such a good movie.
That's so funny.
That's Will Ferrell's best movie, hands down. Like
Yeah.
you can't argue me off that. No way. I even like Daddy's Home. Like they're hilarious. Those movies. He's good in everything, but you just can't beat him in that movie. I mean, there's Step Brothers, but far out, man.
Talladega Nights and Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Hey, Derek, you know what fixes shoulder pain? If you lick my butthole.
Like if Will Ferrell was just in those two movies, like I'd still say he's like one of the best comedy actors ever. Like, but it's like he's made so many more movies after that they're just hilarious too. So, yeah.
And Sacha Baron
Right.
Cohen did it as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Oh look, it's Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, I much prefer that character. I think that was one of his best character too. Like Borat was, I don't know, man. Like Borat was like crazy in the day, like back in the day, because it was like so strange and different. And it was funny, but I don't know, man. Jean Girard is just such a legendary character in my mind.
Like crepes. No.
Yeah, I like crepes. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Those. All right. So just say I love crepes. No. Break it. All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck. Yeah. Nah, you can't beat that. It's just, oh man. That was great, that movie. I feel like watching it again now.
I know. I am too. I might actually. Look, man, I really appreciate you being on this episode. Max will definitely be on for another one, so definitely stay tuned.
Oh, yep. No, I will be. That sounds like a good offer. Yep. I'd look forward to it.
I look forward to it too. Any guest is always more than welcome. So yeah, guys, let us know what you think. Was there any surprise you? Which ones didn't you find funny, or do you think ones were other funny? Any last words, Max?
No last words, Lee. I'll look forward to doing this again sometime.
Thank you very much, and until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Lights, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.